El programa con las buenas entrevistas a tus luchadores favoritos. Con la voz de la experiencia, Superboy. Y las vaciladas del Bandido. Ya comienza el programa Hablando de Lucha. Hablando de Lucha.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo estamos? Ya saben que es martes hablando de lucha. Aquí estamos una vez más, pero ahora va a ser una edición especial. Vamos a hacer un poquito en English. Y no hay nada más y nada mejor que el mero, el sexy boy, él mismo. Mira que ahora viene bien galán, mi compa Superboy.
¿Qué pues, mi querido Bandido? Tenemos una gran estrella el día de ahora, la reina de corazones, simplemente muy sencillo, Scarlett Rose. Así es que venimos ahora sí peinados para atrás para esta entrevista.
Perfecto. Entonces, para todos los que nos acostumbran a ver, esto va a ser más en inglés que nada, pero acá a mi compa Superboy le gusta hacer el ESP, so él les va a decir un poquito español, Spanglish, pero sin más tardar un poquito más, nada, aquí tenemos a la reina de corazones, the Queen of Hearts, Scarlett Rose. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Hello, good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Hey, so one thing I'm super excited about this interview today, because like I was mentioning before we went on there, I've been kind of following your career for a while, and we spoke a little bit in the past. You're up in Santa Maria, California, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And I remember, I think like one of the last time I was talking, you were telling me like how you were new into the business and everything. And I kind of lost track of you. And then all of a sudden I started seeing you like doing gear and having higher matches, bigger events. And, I was like, wow, that's the same girl. So I thought that was pretty cool. How you progressed, I could say, and getting yourself out there. And this weekend you were in Texas. So You actually left California this weekend to work. And I think that's really, really awesome. But what I'd like to know is, how'd you get started in the business? What got you into wrestling?
My dad actually got me into wrestling. So I did like martial arts and like wrestling, like throughout the years, like high school and freestyle. I did that since I was 7, and I started at the pit when I was 5. And then my dad showed me this flyer because I was kind of in between of what I really wanted to do. Like I was like, I don't know what school I want to go to for like jiu-jitsu and everything. He's like, oh, well, why don't you try professional wrestling? He showed me the flyer. I sat on it for about a month, and then I was like, what do I have to lose? Like if I don't like it, I don't really have to continue. But if I do like it, I have like a new passion. And that's exactly what happened. I fell in love with the sport. My coaches are very supportive of my background and kind of like including that into what I'm doing. So I do a little bit of that and do a lot of like try to do more like traditional professional wrestling because I think it looks better and people like seeing that more.
Well, not only that, you're also doing a little bit of lucha.
I do, yes.
Also, people say, "Oh, it's pro wrestling." Yeah, but it's also different. It's really not the same thing. So you're getting yourself out there, and I was really surprised to see you in like lucha shows out here. I think you were out there in Westminster. A couple weeks ago, you were out there with our sister promotion, RMW in Oxnard. And the crowd really hated you.
yes, they did.
And I was really surprised with the crowd reaction with you, and I was like, wow, this girl is ready to go to the next level, honestly. And then this last weekend you were in Texas. So Superboy, I gave you homework to study up on the Queen of Hearts, Scarlett Rose. What did you see, and what did you like? What didn't you like?
Most definitely, you hit it right on the nail. I started watching some of the earlier videos as it progressed, and great evolution from beginning to end. Very, very different, very good. I seen the the changes, and also I have a question for you. How much easier did it make it once you went into wrestling? Having a background, having the lucha, the wrestling, and all this stuff. How much easier did it make it for you?
I think it personally made me a lot. It made me lot easier because like there was people who started around the same time, and I was able to pick up things quicker and be able to do more than the average person because I was already, you know, athletic. I was already fit. I was already used to like working out and have this dedication. So I just kind of like leaped in and was like, you know, this is something I could do. Like I can do the roles, I can do this. So I already had the roles and I already knew how to like lock up in a sense, like because of wrestling. I kind of in wrestling, I locked up like old school professional wrestling,
Yes.
where you put your hand on the shoulder instead of the neck. So like I kind of like had to tweak that a little bit because I never grabbed the neck when I was in mat wrestling because I was able to push and pull someone easier when I had their hand on their shoulder instead of their neck. But I think it allowed me to exceed quicker than the like average person who's just likes professional wrestling that watched it as growing up.
No, not only that, I'm guessing it motivated you more to learn more, wrestling, get into the business a little bit more because I've seen a lot of guys that they're athletic and they go into a lucha, a training session. And, it only takes one training session for them to say, oh, you know what, that's it. I had it. Not only does it take a toll on your body, but if you're not, sometimes you get frustrated because you can't make the moves, or you can't lock up, or you can't do a lot of things, and I think I always tell people, you have any kind of background, if it's freestyle wrestling, if it's Greco-Roman, Olympic wrestling, whatever, it always makes it a lot easier, and it motivates you a little bit more, gets you more into the action. And, good for you. You have that background and it made it a lot easier for you. Just little transitions, little differences that, you just have to adapt and put into, the moves, like you said, against from pushing the shoulder and locking up in the neck, little things that make a lot of difference. But, sometimes, pushing from the shoulder is a lot easier. But that's great. That's great. And that shows because I'm pretty sure that you advance more faster, not only training wise, but wrestling wise. I was watching, like I said, the earlier videos, and once you're a wrestler, you're looking at a match and you're always looking for those little things that, she could have done it better, or she could have locked up better, or, and it just makes you, I'm not saying a critic, but, once you're in wrestling, you always, And my thing is, when I see people and newcomers and stuff, I always kind of pull them to the side and you said, you know what, that was a good match, but if you could work on this and that, it's going to help you a lot. And that's something that I have, that I always look. I'm always scouting and looking, same as Bandido, looking for people out there, and just if you could give out those pointers, it'll help a lot to some of these guys that are out there, right? And another thing that I wanted to ask you, okay, have you done Lucha Libre?
Yeah, so I used to train up north. I used to drive 3.5 hours.
Wow.
To go train some lucha, and then there's a luchador that is in my home promotion that teaches me a few things, and I picked it up. I do a few things, but I pick and choose when I do it because I don't want to look bad. And if the timing's off, it looks bad. And if someone doesn't base you correctly, it looks bad. And so I wrestled a couple luchadors and they didn't do something correctly, or if I try to do something, and I pick and choose who I go with. Like if they're really like experienced and stuff like that, I feel more comfortable with doing the more like lucha stuff.
Yeah, it's just that transition from left to right. Lucha Libre is always on the right side, as wrestling is always on the left. You go to Japan, you go to Europe, it's always on the left. I think Mexico is the only country that does lucha on the right. But it's an easy transition, but sometimes you just can't get it. I know I struggled when I started doing wrestling with the arm drags, because the arm drags, it's with the left. We don't call it an arm drag. We call it like a little suplex. It's the same thing as an arm drag, but it's on the right side. And I remember, then calling for an arm drag, and I'm holding it, and it's like it's different. It just kind of throws you off a little bit, but you get used to it. You train, and you get used to the just locking up in the left, doing stuff on the left side, and that's what the gym does for you. You go out there, you train, and you train with these luchadors, and there's a lot of great luchadors teachers out here that that are really easy to learn from. Again, great for you. I'm so happy that that you're doing the lucha, because NTLL has a great array of women wrestlers that love lucha.
Yeah, one thing I really would like to know is, like, where did you go train lucha, and who are you training with?
So it was at CCW.
Okay.
I know his like personal name, but I don't know if he would freak out if I say his personal name. I can't remember the guy's name, like his wrestling name that he goes by. But I had a few trainers up there. There was a couple. But the main one that runs his name is Jason Styles.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's like other lucha trainers there that are as well. And then a few from like, they've trained from Mexico, came up and helped train a little bit. And then the one at my local place, his name is Ray Genesis. He's been wrestling often, like, I think he's been doing shows for about like 2 years, and he helps with like some of the lucha stuff when, it's like open mat, and learn how to bounce off the ropes and do all that fun stuff.
That's really cool. One thing I really, really admire is your dedication to drive 3 hours, go get your butt kicked, and then drive 3 hours back home. That's dedication. And and it's that me as a promoter, that makes me like happy to see that people are actually still doing that, because you get a lot of workers now that they train for 2 months, and now they want to be wrestlers. And they don't even want to train no more and anything. And when I hear that people are still driving those 3 hours to go train, it's like, well, it's good. I appreciate that for the people. And, we have a lot of people here saying hi. We have Absalom from Oxnard. He says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Absalom?" Arturo, Sexy Boy. Yaya Rodriguez. She's a very big fan of wrestling out here, and she actually talked to me about you at the last show when we did the women's show. She said that there's this one new girl, her name is SCARLETT, and I like her. You gotta bring her into NTLL. and I'm serious, and she'll say it right now. And I was like, SCARLETT sounds familiar. Then I looked the other, I know SCARLETT. We've talked, but we never really put a date on it. But I think we're in talks for something coming up soon. I want to say what's up to Neil Shao. What's up, buddy? I had the pleasure of meeting him at the last show. Nice guy. Abraham Jimenez, a big fan of our show, and
what's up, Abraham?
Of lucha and pro wrestling. He said, "What's up, guys? How's it going? Pretty good." Jin Savani. 3 hours is a lot. Putting in the work in SCARLETT. That's good, right? So, I think you worked against Jen at Oxnard, right? Yeah. And you know what?
And that Bandido, that talks about, really good about some of the people that's why I like these interviews, because you learn a lot from the person. We just learned that you drove 3 hours just to go train. That's crazy. But it's I remember driving 2 hours to TJ, to go work or whatever. But it really tells a lot from the person, that they want to learn, that they're up in their craft. They're not only staying local, they're not staying at one place. They're moving around, learning from different people. And I think that's the way you're going to learn. Again, my thing is that you got to get out of your circle. You can't just be a local wrestler, here in the States or SoCal, a lot of the wrestlers, don't do it as a job; they do it as a hobby. But I always say it exceeds being a hobby because you put in a lot of hours. You're driving, to one city to the next. You're going down to TJ. You're going to all these places, and like I said, it talks a lot about you. Go training, wrestling. It's awesome, and like I said, that's why I love these programs because you get to know the person, you get to know the Queen of Hearts. Where she's coming from, where she's been, and where she's going.
Now, not only that, let me tell you one thing about the Queen of Hearts. But before I tell you, what's up, Nick Lopez? What's up? Waiting for you to come to Bakersfield. I'm waiting to go to Bakersfield too. That's on my bucket list. I was this close, Sergio. How close were we to going to Bakersfield? real close.
Very close.
But I'm working on it. But Nick, October 29, come down. It'll be a Saturday show. Come down to Palmdale. And you see here, Yaya Rodriguez. She says, I told you she wrestled awesome. You see? But one thing about Scarlett, the Queen of Hearts, that not that many people know, and I do know because I am a big fan of her. She also works on cars. She likes working on cars, right? I believe that's how we talked. It was a Beetle. She has a Volkswagen that she works on.
1970 Volkswagen Beetle is my dream car. Got to buy it right after I graduated from college. I saved up when I was in college, had just enough money to pay for it, and then I've been fixing it up since then.
Wow.
You see, that's another thing so you see, yeah, I have been doing my homework. I have been talking to her. The only thing is we haven't been able to put the date together, but I think we talked about a date. And
well, let me tell you something, Scarlett, talking about our fan base, like we said, like Bandido said, Yaya Rodriguez, she's been around in the business, even when I used to wrestle, she was always there supporting, and she's got a really, really good eye for talent. Wow. And she always calls up and lets us know who she liked. What's up?
Put her on blast, Sergio. We weren't even born when Sergio was wrestling, just to get an idea, Scarlett, okay? But what he's saying, she really knows her stuff, and she'll tell me, hey, why you book that guy? That guy's no good, And Abraham Jimenez is another person, and this is another person that knows wrestling and knows it, knows all who the local talent is and everything. And has seen people come in from Mexico and Japan. He says it's on purpose that you dedicate all your time for wrestling. One day you're gonna be a good wrestler. She's already a good wrestler, Abraham. I saw her.
No, let me tell you something, Abraham. We go back, way back. I'm talking about the late 70s, early 80s. He used to go see my dad wrestle. So hey, saludote, mi querido Abraham.
I want to tell you something, Sergio, and I think I've said this a lot, and I get a lot of hate because of this. When I say that, one of my biggest things is I want to build our talent to be better than international talent. That's our goal at NTLL, is our talent, for people to want our talent to go out to Mexico, go there at Warzone 805 Warzone with RMW. She teamed up with La Hiedra, and honestly, she worked circles around this girl. And I was really, really wow, And I think I told you something. I go, there was no need for international star when you had Scarlett. She worked circles around her, and she did the whole match. I'll be honest with you, and it's bad what you can say, but it's the truth, and the people saw it. The people saw that she did the whole match. Her, Hit Girl, and Jin. There's something there. I think they're working something up because she disrespected Hit Girl. She ripped her mask off her.
Oh wow! Those are big. Those are big words right there. Yeah, going into the mask. That's that's serious stuff right there.
So I think there's something in the works in Oxnard, or I think it's going to be going back to Santa Barbara this next event. But tell us a little bit about that. Did Hikko get you tired and you just wanted to be done with her, or what's going on there?
No, I wasn't tired. I was just tired of her. I was just tired of her games. You know, she like bit my fingers and pulled my hair, and I was like, you know, I'm sick and tired of you. Like, I had no respect for her left.
Wow, big words right there, Superboy.
Well,
And
definitely.
look at Jen, and Jen was Hit Girl's partner. Okay, let's be honest. She said Hit Girl deserved it. There was a heel turn there too. See, yeah, there you go. I was 27 when I started going to wrestling shows, and now I'm 50. I'm proud of it. You see, Sergio?
Oh wow, she's older than me. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Kick your butt, Sergio. But you know, like going back to the show in Oxnard, like I said, I have talked to Scarlett before, and you know, and same thing like with Chris Nasty. You know, we're talking, and I've been seeing you guys for a while. And when Chris Nasty said, "Wow, you know, I got a good opportunity," it's like you've earned it, you've worked for it. Just because you haven't worked with me doesn't mean I'm not seeing you. I'm not seeing you grow. And like I said, I've talked to Scarlett for I think almost a year now. Where you know what's up and everything.
Yeah, it was like when I first started, like September, October. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and to me, it's like I saw something in her, but I saw she wasn't ready yet. I was like, well, let her put more work in somewhere else. But then then when I saw her live, I was like, wow.
I'm sorry. Just
Yeah, I had to reply to Sergio. She says, "Yeah, but I look better than you."
most definitely, you're gorgeous. Yeah.
But now I think Scarlett's there, Sergio. Scarlett's really there, and
Yeah,
one
you know,
thing, like,
and I have to say this, you know, this is the one thing that I like about NTLL that they're always doing their homework. They're always looking into local talent, you know, and you know, even a year ago, Bandido was talking to you. He knows his talent. He knows the people. He does his homework. He'll scout. He'll look. You know, he'll check every person. You know, sometimes we don't just take words of people. You know, oh yeah, because you know, you never know. Maybe it was their lucky day. They had a good match. But yeah, we like to go into check out the videos, you know, dig into a little bit more of your background, you know, check it out. And it's not something that, you know, oh yeah, we saw this person, let's bring them. No. NTL does their homework. They scout. They look into the wrestlers that are bringing, and that's what gives NTL a lot of success. And you know these crowds that you know they're bringing in because they bring the best. And you know Scarlett, you know he's been talking about you, not only you, but as you know, you know she saw you and she right away called Bandido and said, you know what, you got to bring this girl. So yeah. You know, great for you, awesome. And like I said, it's not by chance that you're here or that we're talking to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
no, I think she's earned that, and I think she's ready for what I have planned, and it's gonna be good. It's going to be good. RMW, my buddy Absalom. What's up, Joe? Sexy boy, Queen of Heart. Hey, we have you now on the line, Absalom. What's gonna happen between Scarlett and Hit Girl? We want to know: is there gonna be a rematch or one-on-one? What's in the works for this? Because Scarlett's ready for whatever, right?
Yep. I love a 101, so she can't hide behind her teammate.
But then again, her teammate turned on her though.
Yeah, so, at the end.
Hey, that'll make a three-way, a great three-way right there, man.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. A three-way. RMW, let us know. What's up, Red Spider? Another person that's really, really good and goes to every show and is Veronica Camarena. She does great pictures. She does great videos. Follow her on Instagram, and you'll see Scarlett's match on there. She got good pictures of Scarlett. I don't know if you've seen them yet.
Yeah,
Scarlett.
yeah. She tagged me, so I like saw everything. She was like posting up different photos and different clips of the show. Yeah, I saw that.
So, and she said, "Great match. Can't wait to see you wrestle again." Awesome. Oh shit! It had to be this guy, the scumbag himself. Hit Girl versus Scarlett. Hair versus mask. You do have a nice long hair there, you know.
I know I do. I braid it, but I have really long hair.
You know, I'm kind of thinking of a hair, see whose hair is longer, Johnny Robbie or Scarlett. I think that would be another great match.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's where I'm looking at Johnny Robbie versus Scarlett. I think that would be an awesome match. I would like to see Scarlett, but I have sickness that is driving me nuts. I'll get better, our friend.
Yeah, get better, me, Abraham.
You'll soon be able to see her on YouTube. I think RMW is posting those matches up on YouTube pretty soon. RMW says a 3-way extreme. There you go.
Yeah.
Now this 3-way, because you know you and Jen are not really good friends or anything. So is it gonna be like the Queen of Hearts against those two, or you're thinking of teaming up with Jen for Hit Girl? What's the plan there? Because Jen's on here watching. She's RMW says 3-way Hit Girl versus Scarlett versus Jen, and then Jen says extreme. I'm sold.
Oh.
Now, Jen, are you in it to go after Hit Girl? Is it like a team up with Scarlett, or you in it to win it? Where you're gonna because we know you turned her, right? So will you turn on Scarlett as well? You know, what's your frame of thought on that one? What do you think, Scarlett?
I think it'll probably be everyone for ourselves. Maybe a little bit team up to break her down, but you know, when it comes to the end, I want to be victorious.
Oh,
but my thing is this. Okay, 3-way, it's awesome. It's cool. It's dandy. But they're talking about an extreme match. Is that what I'm hearing?
Give a little bit more detail. Hey, let RMW let us know you can come on the air. we want to get to the bottom of this. And Jen said it. I have no one's back but my own.
There you go.
There you go, Scarlett.
So let me tell you one thing, Scarlett. Have you ever been in an extreme match where you could use any kind of object, and not only have you been in one, but what's your thoughts about extreme wrestling?
I've never. I think some of them are scary. Like some of the stuff that like people bring, like the light bulbs, all that stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. Like that just seems like a hospital bill.
I don't think RMW's talking about that. I think what he more means is like in Mexico, when you have a situation and the match progresses to a non-normal match, they go to like a sin reglas, a no rules match where you have
extreme measures. Put it that way.
No, not that you're doing like street like a hardcore match. No, it's more like a no referee in there where you go out there and you handle your business between the 3 women and the one that's standing at the end. I think that's more what RMW is trying to explain here.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was saying I've only seen a couple of extreme matches, and like you said, Scarlett,
yeah,
it's like, oh my god, I couldn't.
Okay, I didn't want to really bring this up, Sergio, but since we're talking about this, there was a show this weekend. No ring. They had a tarp down for a ring and in a parking lot, and I am really disappointed in the guys I saw working there because these guys have been working to make a name for themselves, and I think that's like 10 steps way back from where they're at.
Definitely.
But I got to talk to those guys a little bit later. But
no, we don't want to rib on anybody, and I always said this: if you want to rib on somebody, have them in the program, talk about it. That's I guess that's the way to go. But yeah, it's a little bit degrading where you don't have a ring, where you're doing it in a backyard. There's nothing. Look, there's right and wrong. There's nothing wrong with that because a lot of our famous wrestlers came from backyard wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of backyard wrestlers now they're they're superstars, but that's not the point. But when if you don't have a budget to rent a little place, and have a ring, don't do it. Don't do it.
And the person that did this event, we've actually invited him on the show, Superboy, and he never showed up. So
Okay.
But yes, Cardio Chismoso. Now, Scarlett, is there a match or a person that you would like to wrestle or face?
Like if I could choose anyone, or
if you say, Joe, if you want me at your next show, you gotta bring me this one girl. Who would it be?
I'm really honestly down to wrestle anyone. I'm not too picky. Like I'll step in the ring with anyone.
All right, then you do qualify for the next program. She says, Jin wants to know who are Scarlett's all-time dream. Yeah, pretty much the same question right now. But so, is there any dream opponent?
I would really love to wrestle against Becky Lynch.
That'd be good. Wait a couple more years when she hits independence.
Yeah. Well, my all-time dream opponent would be Becky Lynch. I love her work. I love the progression of her wrestling from like when she first started to now, and what she's done with her character.
She is really, really good. Now, speaking of that, have you ever tried trying out like for NXT or anything like that?
No, I haven't. I hope to.
You haven't found out the opportunity, or you just don't feel you're ready, or what?
I just haven't found the opportunity. NXT is a developmental program, so I think I could definitely develop into NXT and be ready to wrestle on TV with the help, but I just don't know how to get there.
All you gotta do is get yourself out there, and I'll see how I can help you, because I know around November, December, that's when they kind of do the open tryouts. So just keep your eyes open. Yeah. And Jin says Becky Lynch is amazing, and it's not wrestling without a ring. You think? But have you ever been put in weird situations in matches?
Like, what do you mean?
Like when you go into a show and you're like, the show is like, you get there and you're like, well, what is this?
Not too much. I haven't really experienced that too much. But like just in Texas, I had no clue what, like I thought it was going to be in a 6-man. I show up to Texas the day of the venue and they're like, oh, you're doing a 101. I'm like,
no.
that's fine. But it would have been nice to know before. And everyone's like, oh, we thought someone told you. Everyone looked at each other like, oh, we thought someone told you. That's why we didn't tell you. I was like, no one told me. I got like left out of the loop. The whole locker room knew, besides me.
Yeah, that's the thing with when you're like traveling somewhere else, you talk to one people and you get there and everything's total opposite of what they told you. It happened to me many times where we'll talk to some people. Oh yeah, they'll have your airplane ticket. They'll have this. They'll have that. The day of. There's nobody you could turn to, and then at the end of the day, they call you. Wait, where were you? It's funny, but yeah, it does happen. But you know what? That's just showing that you're a professional. You'll go down there and you'll do what it takes to take that match and take an opponent. And sometimes you got to be a little bit more prepared for a 1-on-1 because it's more tiring. It's doing a 3-on-3. It's like a little break. It's awesome because you could rest in between. When you go in and out, but yeah, it's always a little bit tougher to do that singles match. But again, I love singles matches because that's where you learn a little bit more, and you learn. You get to know yourself a little bit more, and what you're capable of. Because sometimes you'll get really, really good opponents that you really don't think much of, but they got some mad wrestling skills.
Now, Abraham here is bringing up one of our old champs, Lady Lee from TJ. Have you heard of her?
No, I haven't.
Okay, and it's funny that he brings her up because when Yaya talked to me about you, right? She's like, she wrestles like Lady Lee, like she has that strong style, like Lady Lee. Lady Lee's a very strong wrestler, and right now, but she's out of commission for about another 6 months. But it's funny that she said that because Yaya told me the same thing. Like I see it like a young Lady Lee in SCARLETT. She has the same style. She's really out there. She's really strong style, and I saw that. I saw that too at the Oxnard show, and I saw a little bit of her martial arts. So she does a high kick. I was like, whoa, she's really, really good. And I just think we just need to put the right opponents in front of her to make her shine a little bit better, and that's what we're gonna work on. And then this guy right here, he paid the referee, to help Hit Girl. We all know it.
You know what? That'll be an interesting match, Bandido. Whenever Lady Lee's better, because we call her. Well, she's called Garrota por naturaleza, which translates to stiff naturally. She's stiff. And I seen her go against guys tooth to tooth, and she's tough. She is really tough. I've seen beat up on a lot of guys.
I just put it this way. There's video of this out there on YouTube. She made one girl cry, and the girl hid under the ring.
Yeah, she's tough. She's tough. She's the when you get a wrestler, and this SCARLETT, that when you lock up, that's just testing your opponent, testing the strength, testing what she's capable of. You might, if she goes straight to the mat, you say, okay, this is a person that likes to go to, mat wrestling. When you go to maybe a headlock and a wrist lock or a hammer lock, these are more technical wrestlers. So you kind of know, and that's why I would say every time you lock up, that's how you're kind of measuring your opponent and see where this is going to go. And if it just breaks up into a fight, which normally does with Lady Lee, because she is a tough opponent, but don't get me wrong, she could wrestle any style. And I've seen you go up against these big dudes, and you did a great job. Just bringing them down. You know how to bring a big man down, and that says a lot. So, yeah, that'll be a very interesting match to watch if it ever comes true.
I think that's something in the future, but I honestly think that here's yeah. I'm not even gonna repeat that because last time I helped Yaya out on that comment, I got myself in trouble. But
Gracias, collón, bandido.
Is that Yaya doesn't hold back. Superboy said it, and she called out some of the girl wrestlers like, "Hey, they only work with each other. They don't want to work with no one else," and they called the best wrestlers. And I'm like, I think all women that wrestle, honestly, right now in SoCal are really good.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And
you know what? They have brought their game up so much.
And
really,
the way they got up their game, Superboy, is leaving their home. They got branch out because when you have girls just working the same people over and over and over, it kind of devalues you a little bit. But when you see the person's out of their environment, out of putting up against people that you never seen them wrestle, and it does so much for your character. It does so much for your abilities, and it makes you look good. And the last two our last two events, and it's Candy Girl. Candy Girl was in the ring with Hit Girl, and they had a fucking banger. And I uploaded the video today of Candy Girl and Johnny Robbie, and wow. And these are girls that never faced each other, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we brought them together, and they had a match that was totally awesome. We uploaded the video today, and people are commenting on how great the match is. They want to see a rematch, and that's when you bring people out of their environment, bring them in, and bring out different talent so they could work with. And that's what I think Yaya was trying to explain to that promoter. But Yaya, she don't hold back on her words.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They'll tell you straight out like it is. But see, that's the great thing about all the women wrestlers right now. They're branching out. They're moving out. They're moving here. They're going here. They're paying their dues basically. They're going everywhere where they'll get booked. And not only that, but they're bringing their own style to different places. And they're really showing up and showing the fans out there that they know how to work, that they know how to wrestle. And I've seen it in everybody that you brought in. I've been checking out a lot of women's wrestling, and a big difference. Seeing somebody, maybe a women's wrestling from the 90s, to up to date, and a big difference, man.
Well, not only this, it's hard to tell, but. Scarlett, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6", somewhere around there.
I think you're a little bit taller than that, because I remember looking, saying hi to you, and I was like, you're a tall girl, and and that's impressive because she's a big girl, like tall, but she moves so fast. Superboy, like, wait till you actually see her in person, and that's why
I'll be looking up.
That's why I really see big things for Scarlett as far as in this upcoming year in NTLL. I see a lot of potential there. I see a lot of potential in pretty much all the girls we brought in for the Victorious, the night of the Victoria, and we have our champ, and I see Scarlett holding her own with our champ eventually. Imagine, you know who our champ is, right?
I think I've seen her.
Yes.
I don't know what her name is, but I've seen her like wrestle. I've seen her like post. I just can't remember her name exactly.
It's fair. It's Superboy's favorite wrestler.
Viva Vaughn. No, and I give her a lot of props because, again, she's always branching out. She's always, I know for like a whole year, I went to Santa Ana, I went to San Diego, we went to local areas around here, and she was like booked in every single show, AWS, all these. She was always booked, and she was paying her dues, and every time she got better and better and better. Now she's a multi-champion. She got, she has like 3 or 4 different belts from different companies. Five. There you go. 5 different belts from different companies. That just goes to show that how hungry she is, and she's not losing a step. She's not going back. She's just going forward and forward and forward. And we've seen her in the Victorias, we've seen her in Locked In, and she just stole the night.
Now, Absalom says in 2 weeks he'll be in Santa Maria. Is there an event in 2 weeks?
Yes, September 16th. I'll be wrestling in my hometown, and then I'll be going onto a flight early morning. I think it's like 9 a.m. to head back to Texas on the 17th. Wrestling a show on the 17th, hopefully for AAPW. It hasn't been set. They want me to wrestle their top female wrestler named Ladybird, but they're trying to see if she's available for that date. And then on the 18th, I'll be wrestling for a new promotion in Victoria, Texas. Wow. And it'll be a triple match.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's really, really good. So you see, that's what I'll tell you. Like, when you start to branch out like that, because Texas, from the food, from everything, is different than California. So you'll see different styles, and we've always talked about this in the program, Sergio, where we tell you what we recommend you go train in different schools. We recommend you go train different, so you can learn different styles, different things, and one of the best ways when you get booked out of state because you start to see how they work and you pick up good stuff. So that's really really good that you're doing that.
No, and not only that, but Texas has a lot of great wrestlers. Texas is really close to Mexico. And you always have people that migrate from Juarez to Texas. That's why there's a great combination of diverse wrestling. You got that combination of American and Mexican. So yeah, there's a lot of talent out there. So it's really good that you're going out there and just kind of learning the style, looking what makes it different. And like I said, branching out, just wrestling different places, getting out of your circle. That's the best thing you could do. And hopefully I used to tell the guys that once you belong to a certain company and you start doing tours, that's what's going to get you the experience touring, different places, going different places, wrestling different people. That what gets you that edge. You learn more, and you get to travel more, and that really helps out a lot. And I only wish that that were more places where you could go and just work. Unfortunately, there's a lot of politics and there's a lot of stuff that we don't want to get into. But I only wish that all these promoters were in some way willing to say, well, you know what? There's these two wrestlers. I'll recommend them, even though they don't work together. But hey, you know what? There's a few girls or guys out here that are really good that we think you should book them. And that's something that I do. I go to different arenas and I see different guys and tell Bandido, hey, you know what? I saw this guy. He's really good. You should give him a call or check him out. Or he'll call me. He goes, oh, you know what? I'm just looking into this person. Check out their videos, and that's what we're doing. We're always comparing notes. We're always looking at new talent. And again, I go to the same thing again. Local talent. We rather invest on local talent than bring somebody from Mexico. That it's going to charge you an arm and a leg. And these guys don't need exposure anymore. We need the local talent. I'm just blown away, but by the last by the new champ and the NTL heavyweight champion, Chris Nasty. Because I've seen him like maybe 2 years ago. He was terrible. I have to say it. Now, oh my goodness, what a change! And again, I seen him in all the little arenas around here in Southern California, and he's branching out. He's going here, he's going there. Total change, total different. And recently he went down to Rosarito, and he killed it out there. And he killed it. He came down over here. He did that. What's it? 3-way, right? Against Extreme Tiger, AAA, CMLL. A big star. And Ray, the ex-champ from MTLL, and it was a great match. And and it just goes to show how hungry people are and what they're willing to do, to make that difference.
You brought them up, Sergio. I got big news, but I can't tell you yet. But there's something really big for October 29th between Ray and Chris Nasty. Ray pulled his rematch clause. So there will be a match between them two, but it's going to be a specialty match. Something you're going to really enjoy, Sergio. But we'll have more details.
I enjoy watching these two because, like I said, man, Ray was, he goes all out. I only wish that to make it complete, we'll have Scarlett on this show. If we could have her, that'll make a lot of difference. You're bringing the best. Why not bring La Reina de Corazones, the Queen of Hearts, Scarlett Rose?
I don't know. We'll do a poll. Do you guys want to see Scarlett at October 29th event? Let us know. We'll leave it to the fans. So that way, if I don't book you, Scarlett, it's not because I didn't want you. It's because Superboy and his fans.
Yeah, why wait for next year? Why wait for next year? We could have her, on the 29th. Come on, NTL.
I don't know. Well, we don't even know if she's available, Superboy.
Hey, She's right here. You can ask her.
Are you available the 29th of October?
As of now, yes.
There you go. So far so good. Yeah.
Look, she couldn't wait to get in there. Look at that.
Yeah, hell yeah, book her. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit mad on the booking for the 29th, but maybe that'll make her happy. Oh, who would you like to see her face on the 29th, Superboy?
Hey, we talked about the champ right now, Viva Vaughn. Come on, man.
I got big news on that one. The champ will have her hands a little full that day.
Okay.
But
hey, Jen Savani.
Jen.
Hey, you know what? We could have the three-way. We could have the three-way. Hit Girl, Jen Savani, and Scarlett Rose.
No, I think we're leaving that one for Santa Barbara. But we're gonna make.
Come on, you can make this happen, Bandido. Right, Scarlett?
Whatever works for you guys.
No, we're allowing your input on this one.
Me?
Yeah. Now it's going to be a little crazy of a show. Trust it is. I think it's NTLL versus the Supernatural. Just think about that title, October 29th. So it's going to be a little bit out there, but I do have an idea. Something's working in progress. We will talk for sure.
Okay, sounds
so
good.
pencil that date in.
Okay, I'll put it as in my phone as a possible date, and then when it gets confirmed,
we'll make it work. We got to talk details.
Yeah.
But other than that, Scarlett, I'm really proud of how I seen you progress in this last year, and now I want to know a little bit. How did you get to making gear? Because she's making some awesome gear. I saw her first mask she made. I heard her posting and she wasn't too thrilled about it, but now the masks are really, really nice. I'm like, wow. So how did that transaction happen with going from just wrestling into making gear?
So I started sewing during COVID. So I started making like masks, and then I started making dog coats because I own 2 dogs. Probably what you heard in the background. And then I transitioned to making clothes. And then when I was like, kind of like probably 9 months into training, I was like, oh, like if I ever do a show, like why don't I try making myself a set of gear? Why not? If it's a fail, to fail. If I never use it, not big of a deal. Because I honestly never thought I was going to do shows. Like, wow. I was just like, I was doing this for fun, for exercise, to enjoy doing it. And then my coach kind of just threw me in there. and I fell in love with it. And then I started making another set of gear for myself, different colors, different style. And then someone's like, oh, like, who makes your gear? And I was like, oh, I make my gear. And then my computer's about to die.
Oh my God, Scarlett, you're amazing. You just got out of college. You're fixing your bug. You're making gear. You're a great wrestler. What else?
Yeah, so then I started, I think my first set of gear was for someone who was like local, who was in my school. And then I started making gear for Gemini. Okay. So I made her set of her gear, her purple and black gear. I made that.
Oh, wow.
And then she went to Mexico in it. So it's like, oh, yay, my gear's international. Hey. And then I started making gear for other people because I was like, oh, this is something I can do. And then one thing led to another. People started hitting me up. And basically every show I'm at, people are like, you make gear? Can we talk? I hear you make cool things. Can we talk? And then they come with like tape measures for me to measure, or I always have one in my bag just so I can, do whatever after the show, after I'm done working the job, the first one of wrestling. Then I take measurements for people and make gear for them and send it off. And actually I'm going to be making for someone in the Philippines here soon, which is a huge deal.
Now, do they contact you like on Instagram and like, hey, can you make me this gear and ship it out to the Philippines?
Yeah, because he's like, so here's a strange question. Like, I see you've been making gear for all these people. Like, do you ship to the Philippines? I was like, I haven't, and I'm not sure exactly how, but I can figure it out.
Now, how does
That's
that
awesome.
work? 'Cause, like when you buy stuff like from Mexico or whatever, you pay, you send him money, right? So he's sending you money from the Philippines and like covering the shipping and everything.
Yep.
Wow.
I was like, if you cover the shipping and pay for the pants, then I'm down. I don't know how much it's gonna cost. I'll have to figure that out, but it shouldn't be too much. Like, because they're not super heavy. They're just like a pair of pants, probably like $30-$40.
Yeah, you could ship them through the how you call it, the post office.
Well, the best one,
It's not a lot. You just
no,
weigh it, and whatever it weights, I guess you have to pay.
you go ask them, because what a lot of people do also is get the measurements and DHL. He could order the shipment from over there sometimes, and he would pay it over there, and they send you like the number. But DHL is the one that people use like to go international.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially overseas.
The fastest one, I think.
Yeah, and it's not that expensive. FedEx is really expensive.
Yeah, DHL I think is the best way to go.
Yeah, but no, that's awesome. And like, do you enjoy making gear for other people? Like,
yes, I do. My biggest pet peeve when I make gear is people sending me video games.
Oh wow!
Like, they send me video game images, and like, that's not necessarily like possible.
Yeah,
like, you want royal blue real leather, like that doesn't work. That's not breathable. That's not movable, and real leather doesn't come naturally in royal blue. I'm like, how about we use like a pleather and stuff like that? He's like, but in the video game it says it's leather. I'm like,
no, it's funny because I remember the guy that used to make gear for us would tell him, I want this, I want that, and one day he told me, hey, why don't you go and just buy the the cloth, the la tela. I don't know how to say it in English. I said, okay. So I went down to I went to the fashion district. They have a whole area, there's Arabs that sell it and stuff. So I bought this one that only pulled one way. And it's hard because it'll rip real easy. And he sent it back. He goes, no, make sure it stretches both ways. It stretches both ways. And okay. Well, you should have told me that. But yeah, it's the other one was good for like maybe a little vest or something that's not going to be, stretching. But yeah, it's spandex or, they do have like leather that simulates like leather, and it pulls both ways, and you can buy that. But it's just a matter of fact, it's just going down there and just getting the right cloth or whatever. Yeah.
That's I love going into stores and
I
can see everything. Like, such a headache. I bought fabric online and it said it was a 4-way stretch, and I get it and it's the 2 stretch. I'm like, no.
No, there's nothing like going into the store, getting the fabric that you want, the amount that you want, and just going there.
Yeah, but you gotta realize she lives up in Santa Maria. Like, to go, like when you go get fabric, you drive all the way down to LA, or is there a place up there for fabric?
There's some places here, like the corporate stores, and then Bakersfield has a pretty good store that has like discounted fabrics. And then whenever I do wrestling shows, I try to sometimes show up early and go get the fabric from the store.
I think LA has the best and the cheapest fabric at the fashion district.
Yeah. Now, from Santa Maria, how far are you from Bakersfield?
About 2 hours.
2 hours. It's a mission. So when you went back to Westminster down there for that show, how long did it take you to get down there?
About 3.5, depending on traffic.
Wow. So you drive three hours to train and 3 hours to work.
Yep.
Wow. Awesome.
Wow, that's a lot, right?
It is. It is.
It's-
But it's what I have to do to go to shows and get other training besides my local training. I try to do the extra training like on the weekends whenever I can, because doing during the week it'd be really, really hard with work and everything. So
Yeah.
Well,
The good thing that's on your side is your youth. You're young and you're always willing to drive that extra mile, go and get things. I remember breaking up in the business. I would go to, like I said, I would go to TJ, Rosarito, Tecate, La Paz, Mexicali. I was all over the place. We'll go to Utah. We'll drive down there. It was crazy, but yeah, you're young, you don't feel it. You come back, you wake up the next day, you'll be tired, but it's not, like, when you get to be my age.
well, you have Superboy. Thanks for this. If you come through Bakersfield from San Maria out here, it's 3 hours and 11 minutes through Bakersfield, and if you come like from through Oxnard, you're looking at 3 hours. So the 3 hour drive up here. So you have Superboy. Thanks for that.
Oh,
That's a mission.
yeah,
Now she's thinking about it. Now she's like, fuck. Maybe I am already booked for the 29.
no. I drive through. It's most shows are a minimum 3 hours.
wow.
Minimum 3 hours driving, because like unless I'm doing my local show with PWU, San Jose is 3.5 hours, LA is 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
So you've been up to San Jose as well?
August 3rd.
My watch was talking. Yes, I wrestled up in San Jose with SCW, as well as CCW, which is up in Los Baños. I've wrestled for Stars of Wrestling, which is Alameda, which is a little bit further than San Jose.
Wow.
And I've wrestled like with Rev at one of their like little shows that they had up in San Jose, I think.
Okay. So you've been working pretty much all the northern Cal, pretty much now, and now moving down to SoCal.
Yep. No, yeah, I've wrestled quite a few places up north and very few in LA. I just started hitting LA like a couple months ago. Like people finally started booking me. So
now, has Texas been the only state you've been out to from California?
yes, it has been. That was actually because I made gear for someone. Okay. So I made gear for some people in Texas. I was telling them about some of the situations I've been dealing with up in Northern California. He's like, hey, like, let me bring you out.
Awesome.
There's a few big promotions I'm going to try to hit you up with. I know the Thunder Rosa, and I know Jazz with Dog Pound. So Dog Pound wants me, but they want me to go out there and train for a day so they can work on a few things and get me on their TV promotion that they have.
Get on their roster. That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, it's nowadays it's always a little bit like a little audition that you have to do, or they just really want to see where you're at. But it's awesome. It's cool. That that you're going out there and they're thinking of you, and that's awesome. It's awesome. Like I said, it's always good to branch out. It's always good to go different places. Meet different people. And and it escalates from there. It escalates. You start doing these shows, and then somebody else sees you, they want you, and that's how you break out in this business.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. I was supposed to have a show on Sunday, and they got canceled. And I was talking to some of the guys. He's like, "Oh, I have a show later today up in Austin. Let me reach out, see if I can get you booked." Got booked at 8:00 at night for AAPW. He liked what I did. He was like, I would like to have you out here on the 17th. I just need to confirm with my lady wrestler. And I also got the show in Victoria from the first show I did. So yeah, it's definitely how it works. It's crazy.
That's awesome. That's really, really good. And that's like I said, I've noticed a lot of the difference in you since about a year ago,
Mhm.
and I see you going places. And I've talked to Sergio. I've told me, I really was impressed on what I saw. You tagged with an international star, and pretty much you worked circles around her. Jen, Hit Girl, the three local girls kicked ass in that match, and so that speaks highly of you three local girls, and that's what we want. We want the local talent to be over, and with you, I see that. I see the possibilities, and I guess we gotta talk business after after this. Thanks to Superboy.
Definitely.
But anything else coming up here locally before we cut out where people can go see you? Do you have merchandise? Can people send you messages for some merchandise, T-shirts? What do we got?
T-shirts. I got T-shirts. I got stickers. I have like the replica sleeves that I make. I have photos.
Superboy wants one of those for the next show. Okay.
Oh, definitely. An 8x10, please.
Yes. I just got 8x10s.
No, he wants
Uh,
one of those sleeve things to put.
Oh, the sleeve things.
Yeah. He's gonna MC
No,
the-
actually, he's the one that wants one, but he always says, "Oh yeah, Superboy wants one."
Yeah, and then he's like,
you want one. He's gonna MC the
Yeah.
show with it on.
I'll wear it.
and then I have like little wristbands, and then I have
Oh, there you go.
little buttons.
I love the buttons. Buttons.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see a lot of people that have buttons. So I was like, oh, like I think this would be good idea. People love like the Disney pins and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I was just looking into that. I want to get me some pins, and I'm looking into that right now. But yeah, I love pins. I love pins. They look so cool. You get your jacket, you put them on the jacket. I have this nice black NTLL jacket that I want to put those pins on.
There you go. Perfect. And no, but that's very because I had a Letterman jackets made for our top staff, and that would be perfect. Have all the pins on that. That's what it is, a Letterman jacket.
Definitely.
But we're gonna talk. See, hopefully we get her out for our next event. Scarlett, like I said, it's a pleasure finally talking to you, and I'm like I said, really proud of what I've seen. The changes from the beginning when we started talking to now, and where you're going. I think you have a big future in this business, not only in the wrestling side, but in the making the gear. I think that's really awesome when you're doing good on both ends. And you're right. Wrestling will open the door for more gear making, and gear making will open the door for wrestling for you.
Also, if your car's breaking down, she could take a look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Now, so what do you drive to the events? What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a blue Subaru Impreza. I just bought it. My other car got in an accident because my dad was taking it to work and got in an accident, and just bought myself a 2021 Subaru Impreza.
Awesome.
Oh, gold rims.
No wonder she's going all over the place.
All over the place. Yeah. That's why I bought it. Those things supposed to last forever. Like it has a chain instead of a belt. So
wow. Cool. All you got to worry now is about the tires.
Now, is it the one with the gold rims?
No. It has it have aftermarket the draft or drift wheels on it. They're like black. I bought it like with like used with like 17,000 miles.
That's good.
No, that car goes for a lifetime. It's,
yeah.
They're really nice cars, but it's funny because pretty much all Subarus when they're blue, they all have gold rims. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I saw two and they didn't have either one. I don't know.
Oh.
There's two. There was like a dark blue and I have like the sparkly blue one that they have. And they have aftermarket ones. They're just black. They look nice. I like the black wheels.
I had a Subaru back in the 90s and it was awesome. I went everywhere with that little car,
Yeah.
and it had gold rims.
Now, when you come down here, you'll see them like for some reason down here, you'll see them with gold rims and really loud exhaust. But no, but that's awesome. That's awesome. That do you now? Quick question. So, other than wrestling and making gear, do you have a job?
Yes. Yes. I work with children that have autism.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't hear. What was that?
Working with children that have autism.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome.
And then I'm kind of thinking about becoming like probably a special needs teacher or maybe a PE teacher.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's awesome. Great for you. Great for you. That's really cool. That's really cool, helping out the community, especially kids with autism. They need a lot of help.
She said, I knew. What did you know? Yeah. Tell us.
About working with kids with autism, bet you.
Yeah, she puede saber. Dijo, los trabaja bien a todos mongolitos bien, so she has to have that experience. Es lo que dijo la Yaya.
Trabaja bien con nosotros, por eso.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
No, yeah, that's awesome. That's if do you have a Facebook account, maybe Instagram?
Yes, I have them all.
Can you let us know so some of the fans want to reach out to you?
Follow you on Instagram.
On Instagram, it is the.queenof_hearts with 2 S's.
Facebook?
Facebook, I don't have like an @ it's just Scarlett Rose and then
Okay, cool.
Well, I say good night to Absalom. He says, like the Terminator says, hasta la vista, baby.
La Zona Logística just put a message right there.
Greetings from Tijuana, Mexico. Her Yaya's grandson has autism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a great kid. He's just a great kid. I love him.
Now, a big thing on October 29th, our show, the NTLL versus the Supernatural, we're having the fans come out dressed as your favorite wrestler. So Yaya's grandson might be little Superboy.
I'm gonna dress as El Bandido.
Yeah, there you go. And then we'll have we'll have because she has really cool gear. I don't know if Veronica's on there. She uploaded a picture. She has really good cool gear, red gear. So anyone could come up as the Queen of Hearts also. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll have a little contest on that day. We're gonna make it really fun, scary.
No, not only that, you can come as your favorite wrestler, or you just come out with whatever personality you like to be, Frankenstein, the Dracula, Wolfman, whatever. The main thing here is to have fun, enjoy yourselves, and there's gonna be prizes for the best costume.
Oh yeah, we'll make it a good event and fun night. But Scarlett, I want to say thank you for coming on. We got to know a little bit more about you today, and it's really awesome. Like I'm really happy with what I got to meet more of you. That's really cool how you work with special needs kids. Yeah, go a la chupitos. Pero mejor no digo nada. And Scarlett, like I said, I think I see really big things for you in the business, and keep it up, keep up the good work. And my best advice to you is don't give up. Like even if you still got to drive those 3 hours to train, keep doing it. Don't ease up on that. The more dedication you have in this business is what gets you farther. Or no, Superboy.
No, well, if she does, she's got 100 things to fall back on. So she's not worried. No. I wish the best for you, Scarlett. You're awesome. Keep up the great work, and hopefully we could see you on the 29th over here at the brewery. Hoping to see you. and the best of luck for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I thank you, Scarlett. So follow her on Instagram, the Queen of Hearts, and on Facebook, Scarlett Rose. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week. I got a big surprise for you next week, Superboy.
Ya dijiste. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. And best of luck for you, Scarlett. Mucha suerte.
Have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Gracias.